Hello friends and welcome to Pathologic Volume 11, Episode 4. Today we have our first supersized puzzle of the volume. If you're new to the channel, once a week we do a puzzle that is a type that we have seen before in a larger version, not necessarily harder, but longer. And today's is a Shikaku, and if you don't know what that is, you can go back and watch the previous video we've done on this subject, or just stick around as we take a look at the rules. Shikaku is a pencil puzzle in which we will divide the entire grid into rectangular regions, each containing exactly one circle. So what we're going to be doing is drawing lines along the dotted lines in the grid to divide things up into regions. As you can see here, there are rectangles of all different flavors here, including squares, which are fine, and every one contains exactly one circle, so we don't have any regions that are empty, nor have we joined multiple circles into a single region. Those are both disallowed. A number inside a circle indicates the number of cells in its rectangle. So first off, not all the circles need to have numbers. Those just indicate these are in a region. We don't know how big the region is, but if the region does have a number, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 cells in this region. Those are the rules of Shikaku, and it's time to solve a puzzle. Today's supersized Shikaku was set by Tyrgannus. Alright, let's see how big this big grid is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, probably 15 both directions. Yes, 15 by 15. Wanted to know that because we got some really big numbers. So 14 could in fact be a 1 by 14. Doesn't have to be 2 by 7, even though that's more likely. 18 does have to be 2 by 9 or 3 by 6. A couple ways to do that. 15 could be a 1 by 15, except that there's stuff in that row and column. So this is going to be a 3 by 5. And it can't be a 3 by 5 if it goes to the north because of this 4 being in the way. So we have our first line. Can't be a 3 by 5 if it goes west because it can't go any further north and this 6 is in the way. So it goes at least that far. There's not enough room for 5 horizontally, so it is this 3 by 5, and that is our first completed region. 21 is going to be 3 by 7. There isn't 7 vertically, so it's 7 horizontally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to be containing these 4 at least. And at least 3 vertically, which, so it does contain this 2 by 4, and so therefore it can't go any further. So in fact it's this 2 by 6. Hard to mark. How about this 9? The 9 can't be a 1 by 9, so it's a 3 by 3. But it could be this 3 by 3, maybe. So I've got to leave that alone. Tough to get traction here. 16 could be 1 by 16. No. 2 by 8, not enough room. So it is a 4 by 4, and we know how that works. So we can draw in that 4 by 4. That's nice. That tells us this 4 is horizontal. It picks up these 2. Does it go out here? I don't think so, but that's not a proof. The 18 is bounded on the west side now, and honestly bounded on the north side because we know it's not one wide. So if this is 3 by 9, it would need to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 2 by 9, excuse me. So it is 3 by 6. So it must be this 3 by 6. That's the only way of doing that. This 8 can't be a 2 by 4 anymore. So it is in fact 8, just 1 by 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in fact must pick this one up because this can't find any other dot. So it goes that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's done. Any other cells that can obviously only be served by a single dot? This can't be served by this 4. Could be served by that dot. How about this one? This is better. Can't be served by the 4. Can't be served by that empty dot. And so it is going to be the 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that could be a 1 by 14 still that does that, unfortunately. So that's not the place to look next. This 4 is done. That means this 6 is done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means this goes with this 21. Ooh, what does that tell us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 2. We know that this is 3 by something, and so that's going to be vertically a 3. 3 by 5, so this is 3 by 7, so it's these 7. Forces this 6 to be a 1 by 6. These have to go with this dot. Then 5 could just be a vertical 5 still, because of all of these empty dots. Those are frustrating. 8 could be 2 wide by 4 tall, or vice versa. This 5 looks like it could go either direction. This 1 by 7 is interesting, but okay, if this were horizontal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it goes at least this far over. If this were horizontal, then what happens to this cell? We've got a border here. It can't go to that circle. It's not, these numbers aren't big enough to match up with that, and it can't reach up here because the 7's in the way. So this 7 can't be horizontal. This has got to be a vertical 7. And it's got to go at least this high. And that will tell us that the 8 is also a vertically oriented 2 by 4, which is great because no matter how we do that, we've blocked off this 14 from being a big old vertical line. There's not enough room for it to be a horizontal line either, so it is a 2 by 7, and that has got to be a vertically oriented 2 by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minimally. This cell can't belong to this, can't belong to this, or that. This goes with that 4. Finish that one off. This cell has to go with the 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 2. That's finished that one off. The 8 is also finished. This cell has to belong to the 9, so we've got our 3 by 3 pinned to the corner of the grid. The 7 is this full 1 by 7. This 8 has to be a 2 by 4 up here. And we're rapidly narrowing the puzzle. If this 5 were vertical, then this cell can't connect to anything. So this has to be horizontal. And that is finished off our question mark cell down there. This one can't connect to the 3. It's too far from the 9, actually. So it connects up here. So we've got this as a 2 by something. Up like that. The 9 becomes a 3 by 3 that stretches the whole width of this region. So we're only going to be able to reach this cell from the 9, which means the 9 does this. This rectangle is done. This cell has to be served by that 5. That's going to do it because now this cell has to be that one, which makes this a vertical single width region. And that is how you solve a supersized Shikaku.